All right, guys, we are back, and I have some more news, some more updates concerning the PBC and Canelo Alvarez and his 3-fight deal with the platform. It's looking like it's official, guys. Canelo Alvarez is leaving the PBC for the DAZN network. Now, I'm looking at Mike Coppinger's Verified X page. He breaks the news here, and I want to read it to you guys and catch you guys up to speed on it. You guys know things in boxing changes minute to minute, hour to hour, day to day. I say it all the time. As soon as you get some information out, things just evolve. So let's get into this, what Mike Coppinger had to say. So it says Canelo Alvarez and PBC mutually agree to part ways. Sources told ESPN, with 2 fights remaining on a 3-fight deal that was signed in June. The pact called for the star boxer to fight Jermall Charlo on May 4th. However, Canelo and PBC couldn't agree to terms. Jermall's twin brother Jamel had a lackluster performance. I did talk about that in the last video. Versus Canelo in September, killing any brotherly revenge angle. And Jermall ended a 29-month layoff in November and failed to impress versus Jose Benavidez Jr. So there was limited demand for Canelo Charlo. So those fights aren't happening. We're not getting the Charlo fight. People really didn't want that fight anyway, but we're probably not getting the David Benavidez fight as well. It looks like Canelo Alvarez wants no part of David. He wants no part of Terence Bud Crawford. The only thing I can assume with the David situation is the pressure that David would apply to Canelo Alvarez, the volume punching. Maybe, Canelo thinks, that's just too much for him. As far as the Terence Bud Crawford thing, he says that he wouldn't get any credit for it, but it possibly could be a bad style matchup for Canelo because we saw what happened when he fought Floyd Money Mayweather Jr. So, go figure. But anyway, let's get into what is next. Let me pull up Michael Benson's Twitter. He wrote here, he says Canelo Alvarez has reportedly now decided to fight Jaime Munguia next. Jaime Munguia on May 4th in Las Vegas, according to at Shava ESPN. Now, I assume that it would be Jaime Munguia, not Jaime Munguia, but Edgar Berlanga next, due to the fact that Eddie Hearn said that he could be ready in May, and the fact that Canelo Alvarez said he doesn't fight Mexicans. So I assume that, I'm sure a lot of other people assume that, but it's being reported that he's actually facing Jaime Munguia next. Let me see what else they had to say here. Okay, so Eddie Hearn has confirmed he is now in talks to make Canelo Alvarez versus Jaime Munguia next. It would be a dream to bring him back to Matchroom and DAZN. I would like to work with him for the rest of his career. So yeah, they're making that fight next. Now, I really don't have a problem with that fight. Now, if it was Edgar Berlanga, yeah, I would have a problem with it because Edgar Berlanga does not deserve a shot at Canelo Alvarez. Honestly, Jaime Munguia doesn't either, but I think it's a better fight. I think it's a more competitive fight. I would rather him face his mandatory challenger, David Benavidez. The biggest fight in boxing for a lot of people. The biggest fight to me, of course, is him versus Terence Bud Crawford. I would say that's the second biggest fight to me. But I am satisfied with him facing Jaime Munguia next because it's going to be an old-fashioned slugfest, in my opinion. I think it will excite. I think people will enjoy that fight. That's something I can get with. But I'm still disappointed in the fact that David Benavidez, who is a two-time WBC champion, who is a WBC mandatory challenger, can't get an opportunity. It just doesn't make any sense. And we're going to see what happens with the WBC. Are they going to strip Canelo Alvarez of the WBC title if he doesn't face his mandatory challenger? It's only fair. We can't have, one set of rules for some people and then another set of rules for Canelo Alvarez. It's not fair. It's not fair to the fighters who work hard to become mandatory challengers and not get an opportunity. It just doesn't, it's not good for the sport of boxing. But that is the news, guys. The PBC, Canelo Alvarez have parted ways. Canelo's going on to work with DAZN once again. And you guys let me know how you feel about it. Do you like this? Are you disappointed? Did you really want to see him versus David, him versus Terrence Bud Crawford? Are you satisfied with the Jaime Munguia fight? Do you want to see him fight Edgar Berlanga? You guys let me know how you feel about it in the comment section. It's the CMB. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. And I'm out. Peace.